the Bill of Rights Act 1688 is there to protect us.
Yes.
That is our constitutional law. We can effectively remove any system that is tyrannical against us. People don't realise that law, because we've been indoctrinated and programmed over a period of time not to look at it, oh, it doesn't exist anymore. You hear it all the time, it doesn't exist anymore. That was put in place for the protection of the public against the system. And it stands in law, 1688.
Yeah.
The Act of Unity, 1707, freedom of travel and navigation. A really important point that something like this is going to be in breach of. We have got the right to travel the UK, Scotland, wherever. And when it reads through in that, that is a right that is afforded to us. Freedom of travel and navigation and intercourse within the United Kingdom. They're looking to remove that. If people just did a little bit of research, you would see they don't want us to know that.
Absolutely.
Knowledge is extreme power against them. They don't want us to know it because ultimately, if that 1688 is in place, if we challenge it, it goes to the High Court. The High Court cannot turn around and say, this is not law. That is law. That's the people's law. We need more and more people understanding the significance and running with the significance that we can challenge this. The government will have you believe that there's an amendment to this, there's an amendment to that. If you amend any act that was set in place for the people without the people's consent, then that amendment, it doesn't exist.
Like England's Parliament and Scotland's Parliament, they came together and created the Act of Union 1707, which led to the creation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain, giving us freedom to move and travel and navigate the country freely. But we're not taught any of this. So of them two acts that are set in stone and written in the common law, technically they cannot enforce these 15-minute districts because it breaches both of them. But because we're not taught in school and we lack education, real education, to be able to fight this tyranny, they're just doing it. Keep them distracted. All this nonsense. Chinese spy balloons, UFOs, transgenders, all this nonsense. Keep them distracted. And then we can push these through. The rumour on the street is they're trying to overthrow these acts. They can't do that without our say-so. They have to get us to agree to it to be able to change an act in the court of law, in the high courts. So if we disagree with it, then they're not allowed to do it. But the fact is, no one's there disagreeing because no one knows. So they're just like, there's no fight. So it's just like, oh, well, do you want to do it? Let them do it. But if everyone's there going, no, that ain't happening. We don't want that. We want to keep it. They can't overthrow or change it because it's a democracy.
We have our first question.
13th of December 2022, it was a Tuesday night. I'll take you back to the Norfolk County Council.
It was Tuesday during the day.
You made a decision on our behalf to vote in favour of a 20-minute neighbourhood plan for the County of Norfolk. Since then, we found out that Thetford, along with Attleborough and Rackheath, are to be considered for trial towns for said programme. What gave you the right to vote for me about an issue which is going to dramatically affect everything? Why did you think that was okay to vote on our behalf without a public meeting, without consultation, or without any evidence being put before us as to how that's going to affect and detriment our lives, which it will. I don't consent. I don't need your help. Take away my. You're there as a councillor. You're there for us. You work for us.